Hey all, welcome to VJ for Sports. It's amazing. It's a very late show for Indians out here, but then we thought why not do it now so as to get a global audience, and we've got a global presence as well with Nizion joining us in spite of his busy schedule, joining us straight from US. So it's very happy to have you here in this show, Nizion. Thank you so much for accepting the invite and being here.
It's always a pleasure to be here, my brother. We've been friends for quite some time now, and I can't
Yeah,
wait to get this going. I can't wait to get it going. As we all know, the big game will be coming up on Sunday. So yeah, we're here for a preview. Thanks for the
true, true.
invitation. Thanks for the invitation.
Appreciate you joining us, mate. So we've got the Chelsea versus Tottenham game, the London derby, the famous London derby that is going to be played later this weekend. And we've also got some, other exciting games with Manchester City playing against Southampton in their home and Liverpool facing Crystal Palace. So there's some big matches coming up. Though Chelsea's game is the last game of this week, we still got other cracker of matches coming up. So we'll discuss about that as well, and we'll discuss in detail about how Chelsea is going to be lining up for this game against Tottenham. We know that Tottenham is without a strong squad at this point in time. So what do you first of all think Tottenham is going to be bringing into this game? I don't think so. Son is going to be playing. Bergwijn is not going to be playing. Lucas Moura probably not. So what do you think? Nuno Gomez is going to adapt as his tactics and then come to this particular game, because this is again, it's a very difficult game for them. They're playing against the champions of Europe, but they don't have their full strength in their squad as well.
Hey, thank you for the question. What an interesting question. Look, it's been very difficult for Nuno since he took over. We all know that both teams are coming from different trajectory. Tuchel came in last season January midway, and he took the football. He took over the football team and transformed the football club to and the team to what it is now. Nuno came in this season. I would say Nuno was trying to go ahead with that Hurricane because Hurricane doesn't look like the Hurricane that we all know. He's not in his best element, but yet he will play. But then Tottenham will be missing lots and lots of players. They will be missing Tangangan. Tangangan, that's his name. He had a red card from the Crystal Palace game. Lucas Moura, I think he got injured. Also, he did not finish the game. And then no, I think it wasn't Moura. It was his name? Bergwijn. Bergwijn did not finish the game, and Tottenham look a shadow of themselves. So I'm not expecting. I'm always not happy when Chelsea is going into a game and they look more favorite. The favorite in this going into this game is too high. It's just like 80 and 8 out of 2%. Tottenham will take about 2%, and Chelsea will be about 8%. I hate when it goes that way because Nuno Espirito Santos is a defensive-minded coach. So, which means that Nuno will be playing with the low block and Chelsea will be attacking, and it makes it very difficult to come up with a game like that. So I'll be very happy if all those attacking and prowess that Tottenham have will be in the game tomorrow. But unfortunately, we're not going to see. We're going to see a very difficult game, a low block game from Nuno Espirito Santos.
Perfectly answered, Nizian. So this brings in to the a nice segue to the next question that I actually
Right.
have for you, because you talked about the low block that they're probably going to be playing against, and
Right.
they've not been conceding a lot as well in this particular season under Nuno Gomez. To be honest,
Right.
they've been winning 1-0, probably 2-0 at times, but then they've ensured that they don't concede a lot. So that's a significant improvement in their defense. But um, we've known Chelsea to play the same way under Tuchel last season as well, right? We are
Right.
defensively a very resolute team. But then this time with our transfer market experience, what we tried and did was get in those people who are able to shoot from outside the box so that we don't falter against low block team. Consider Sol Niguez, right? Lukaku, who can make
Right.
those difference in against this low block team. So how do you think is going to be, what do you think is the, importance of Saul Niguez or Ziyech or Lukaku in this particular game. Given that these three people, according to me at least, given these three people are very important against low block teams because they can create something outside the box. They don't have to necessarily be in the box to create a magic, right? So, what do you think about the contributions of these three players in this game? How do you think they're going to perform?
See, thanks for the question. Also, this time there has been a lot of changes. It's not that we're now playing with a target man. Thinking about players playing from outside the box, shooting from outside the box, we still don't have those players yet. I'm not sure that Saul is really ready for the Premier League. It'll take a couple more games to really for Tuchel to integrate him into the team, because we saw what happened with him, how he was falling. He could not really stand the text of the pressure from the Aston Villa team, so they have to take him out in the first half. But then the difference from now, from the team that we have now compared to the team that we have last season, is playing with a focal guy, a target man, a guy that who's big and bulky, that can shield the ball, stand in front of defenders. That is the only difference. Lukaku can win the ball he's good in the air, good on both foot, left foot and right foot. He's a guy that will definitely going to draw three or two
How to get the
defenders
best
to
horse
himself. He's going to draw
Yeah.
about defenders to himself. So with that happen, it will create room for Kai Havertz, for uh, 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 either if it's Mason Mount playing, it will create room for Mason Mount also, and also Hakim Ziyech. So those players will feed off the loose ball from Romelu Lukaku. When he holds on to the ball, he will release it to either Hakim Ziyech or maybe Mason Mount on the left hand side for them to get a goal. So this time we're playing with a target man. It will be different, just like what we saw. From Aston Villa. We saw the same example, how they are compact. They don't give so much space for our defenders or our strikers to go through. So you're gonna see the same thing with Nuno this time.
Absolutely, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. This striker is not just like Oliver Giroud, right?
Yeah.
You put those deliveries into the box and then he tries to finish it. That's not the sort of striker that we've had this time. He can make the other wingers as well play along with him, and that makes the attack even more dangerous. So that's where Chelsea has got the right striker. I feel the right mold of striker this time. What do you think about the comparisons of Lukaku to Drogba? I mean, I know Drogba, thinking about Lukaku at the level of Drogba at this point in time is, fairly an overstatement. But then, could he uh, reach that level? I mean, he's got the potential. We've all seen that. But then, could he reach that level? What if he has to reach that level? What is something that he has to do in the couple of coming seasons?
See, the only difference right now is if the comparison now is a strength. Drogba has a strength. He has a 10 in that Lukaku has the same 10 in as Drogba has. But the only thing, the comparison is too high right now, because Lukaku hasn't really much and meet up to that expectation that Drogba has already accomplished in the Premier League. So Lukaku, with time, I want the Chelsea fans to just relax a little bit for the comparison. It's too high. They'll put too much pressure on Lukaku. And I know Lukaku was already going through the mill already. He felt all that pressure at Chelsea, Everton, West Brom, Manchester United, and to Inter Milan. He already know all that pressure. But then let's let him get the goals before we can. The comparison is he's good with both foot, just like Didier Drogba was good with both foot, also good in the air. But then Drogba is more tactical and intelligent, a little bit more intelligent than Lukaku. Lukaku used more of his physical body than more of the gifted. It's more, I would say, more of the physical strength than technical. So that is how he knows how to bully defenders and get goals. But technically, Drogba is a bit more advanced than Lukaku.
All right, makes sense. So with that, we've decided about. I mean, we spoke about the attacking side of things with Lukaku.
Mhm.
Who do you think is going to be on the wing this time? Like Havertz, Mount, or Havertz, ZH, Mount, ZH? It's always a confusion with Chelsea because we've got so many options, and Tuchel always surprises us with his own options.
The only difference that we saw from the previous game is we had so many chances. We're looking for a guy that can make the fun out there, the last pass to Lukaku. Because Lukaku have proved to us that the more chances we give to him, the goals he can get us. He had 25 touches in the whole entire 90 minutes. The two touches that he had those goals. So Lukaku has proven to us that he we're able to feed him very well from the defense. I mean, from the midfield, he can get us goals. So I will expect that we need Kai Havertz, who is very good with the final third, giving good passes in the final third. This guy can be in the starting lineup to be able to break the Tottenham defense. That is the only way. Hakim Ziyech, he's not that strong. He's good. He has a very good finish with crossings. He's going to loop the ball in for Lukaku to be able to finish. But we need the one that can penetrate the passes. I wouldn't say Jorginho is not that good in doing that. He'll be good in the air, going through the air. I mean, Kovacic is trying, but the one that we've seen that he can do it. It's Kai Havertz. So I'll very happy. I'll be very happy if Kai Havertz can start the game. If it's not able to do anything in the second half, 70th minute, we can bring in somebody else to come and change the face of the game.
Ankit seems to be agreeing with you down in the comment section. So, and I as well seem to, I as well agree to this particular comment. I mean, Kai definitely has to play this game because his
Yeah.
kind of play is different to that of how we are used to being playing in
Right.
Premier League. There's not a lot of players who can glide with the ball. Like how Kai does, right? And that
Right.
is exactly what he brings into the equation with Pulisic's dribbling not being available for Chelsea at this point in
Mhm.
time. It's very important that we have someone who can move the ball up front, and I think Kai Havertz is someone who can do that for us. So that seals off the attack, and now coming to the double pivot. Very important role, and we know who is available for this game. Excited about Kante's return. So, do you think Kante is going to feature in this game, or is he going to be rested for this game as well for a complete recovery process? I don't think Tuchel is going to recover. Rest allow him to be rested. To be honest, because he said he was fit and ready to play. But then, do you think he's going to play the entire 90 minutes, or is he going to ease him in?
No, I think Kante. I mean, what interesting question. I think is Kante would definitely come in. He's not going to start the game. I don't feel Kante, as Tuchel said, he's ready. He's in contention for the game, and he's good to go. I don't see Kante starting. Probably he's going to go with Jorginho and then Kovacic again, and then Kante can come in the second half when we have a goal and we're trying to protect that goal, because we know Tottenham Hotspur will be definitely going to be defending our 90 minute, and they're trying to hit Chelsea on the break. So Kante will be a very good fit for, let's say, 30 minutes to go. So I don't think Kante is gonna start, although he's fit and ready, but he hasn't played in the past. I think 2 games. If I stand a point of correction, I think he hasn't played in 2 games. So
Yeah,
if
correct.
yeah, yeah, so I think Kante will come in and play just 30 minutes. He won't start the entire game.
And when we think about Kante, there's also an interesting point that comes up, right? Is he
Yeah.
really required for a game against Tottenham with they playing against? I mean, they playing with the B type of team actually, not even their main squad, right? So, do you really think Kante's presence is
I don't
required
think
in this
it's even
game?
needed. I don't think Kante is even needed. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that's what I was
Bec-
getting at.
But I'm not sure if Human Song is ready for the game on Sunday. I know
Mhm.
he's been injured for a while, so I don't know when he's gonna return. I haven't listened to Nuno Esperanto's uh
Press
interview
conference.
press
Okay.
conference. Yeah, sorry, press conference. I haven't listened to it, but then I'm not so sure. Maybe Anket might know. Might know. Almighty Blue FC might know if when. when Human Song will be returning back to the pitch.
I did hear something around this when I was like, going as a guest for another channel. They were mentioning about
Yeah.
Son being available in the month of October only. So I'm
Mhm.
not sure if he's actually ready to play this game against Hog. How do I even pronounce this? I'm sorry about that, guys. Hobbier.
Hobbyek.
All right.
Yeah.
Against Hobby, I was hoping Kante would start, but I agree with Nee, bro. Yeah, great. I mean,
Look, it's
it's
gonna
not
be.
required for him to start,
Yeah, I
honestly.
mean, he's a box to box player, but I think Kovacic can handle him so easily. Kovacic can
Mhm.
handle, yeah, Obiek. Kovacic can handle Obiek so easily. Yeah, even Rudiger can take him off the game. Rudiger can take him off the game. So,
Like literally take him
okay,
off the game.
yeah. If they have, I mean, I know. What's his name? Hurricane is gonna play, but the only difficult thing is Hurricane might not be playing up front. He will be moving to the 10 role so he can draw defenders to him. But I know Kovacic will take him out. Kovacic will take.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been playing this role. Remember when the players, just like when the player loses form, what the coaches do is just like Rooney. Rooney got to a point that Rooney was not striking anymore. He plays the midfield and trying to give 10-yard passes and 20-yard passes. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Hurricane is not in good form. He's not playing his best game, but what he might do to get himself in the game, he'll be drawing all the way to the midfield and trying to play whoever is in the midfield. So let's not forget Nuno Santos, and then Fabio Paratici, Fabio what Paratici. Those two guys are doing magic in Tottenham right now. They've bringing some young players that are very good. So guys, we don't have to sleep down on Tottenham. They have some good players.
yeah.
Yeah, they have some good players, but the squad depth is not that big.
They've
If
even
take yeah if you take away the more experienced players, they'll be left with kids. But they are very good. They have some good players.
correct. They've even started. I mean, they've even made Dele Alli to score goals. So that in itself shows the potential.
Yeah,
So agreed to this point. Kovacic has been the player of the month till now. See, I wouldn't go to this extent of saying just player of this month till now. Like he is the player of the month for this month, and he was the player of the month in the Euros as well.
yeah.
The
What
Chelsea player of the month.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
Oh,
Nizion.
I just saw one of my guys Gunavita, an Arsenal fan. Yeah, he's joining. I sent the link out there. Probably he got it and then join us over here.
All right.
Yeah,
Welcome, Guna
Gunavita.
Wetley.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey
Guna
guys,
Wetley.
please let's do us a favor. If you're just joining us, just keep subscribe. If it's the first time joining us here, and also please do us a favor and like the video and share it on any platform that you found yourself. We help. We grow. I mean, it's a small channel that we have here. My brother here, the VJ, has a small channel. We're trying to expand the link to every platform. So if you're joining us, please keep your bell notification icon active so anytime we go live, just like RCBN, I know he's already with us, so I'm not going to mention his name. He's already an old boy with us over here. So yeah, big up to you. Sorry, big up to you, Almighty Blue FC. Big up to you, brother. Okay, yeah, my apology.
you, you should get getting used to this RCBN name going
Yeah,
off with an Almighty Group coming in. So
yeah.
yeah, makes sense. 3-0 Chelsea. That's a good prediction. That was coming from an Arsenal fan. I appreciate you. Was it 3-0 Chelsea or like how do I read this?
He says three
Uh,
to three. No, he says Tottenham
the
3,
Chelsea is on
Chelsea
the nil
0.
part, so
Yeah, he's going against us over here.
yeah,
He's
and
just
when it
joking around.
comes from an Arsenal fan, I kind of doubt that if the nil part is with the Chelsea, and then Tottenham scores a three again. See, this game is between rivals, and you guys are also a rival, so it's better to support Chelsea, which is like winning, than Tottenham, which is going to be near you in the table. So you'll have to anyways compete with them, but anyways you're not going to compete with us, right? You're not going to compete with the top four spot. So why not let us win? And that is an easy 3 points that is lost for Tottenham, which will help you in getting your position to the top six, right?
Mhm.
To the math. All right. So with that, I just wanted to talk about Kovacic as well, but then Almighty Blues kind of covered that on the chat window, so we've covered that aspect as well.
Mhm.
So this is one interesting thing that I saw in yesterday in the previous match. Actually,
Yeah,
I wanted to talk about this in our channel. Um, Jorginho was actually directing the entire defensive play of Chelsea last match. When I say directing it, he was like almost, when the musicians, there's like this guy who, does all these things with his band, right, with the
yeah,
stick in the hand and all that. I don't know how to call him, but then that is exactly what he was doing for our defense. Like with Christensen, Rudiger as P, he was ensuring that he was directing entire defensive play. He was actually telling people where to pass the next ball. Right,
right.
that is how he was involved in the game, and he was playing almost. He was like the captain. I was like getting reminded of Frank Lampard when I saw Jorginho perform in the last game. I haven't really observed Jorginho do that before. So when I saw immediately, I got reminded of, oh my God, he's actually being like that Frank, in the olden times, right? Um, so what do you think about Jorginho? Do you think he is going to start this game, or is it going to be Conte and Kovacic? No, we've
No,
decided the Conte is not. I mean, Kovacic is not going to play for the last 30 minutes, so it's probably going to be Kovacic and Jorginho then.
definitely, Jorginho have to start every game that we play, and it's gonna be difficult for Chelsea to play without Jorginho. Without Jorginho, our team is imbalanced. The nature, the style he plays is going to be difficult to find a good replacement for Jorginho. The one that can play the same style, the register role, it's not with us as at now. I think we sent him out on loan, which is Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore, yeah.
Yeah, if you can remember the game that we play against Aston Villa, the first half we could not swing passes. We could not pass
Mm,
2, 3 passes from playing out from the back was very difficult for us because of the Jorginho integration. What Jorginho does is he takes the pressure away from the back four and then send it out to the goalkeeper, and we're able to play out very well from the back and then draw the opposition team to our 18. Then we make room in the midfield and then to the attack. Without Jorginho, it becomes very difficult for us to do. People don't see the things that Jorginho does.
value.
Yeah, people don't really see it, but Jorginho has not matured in the Premier League. He has know the ups and downs of what the Premier League really need for a player like Jorginho to succeed. Now, Chelsea is becoming the team that we saw in 2004, 2002, with lots of leaders. Remember the game that we play against Aston Villa. Marcus Alonso was a leader that finished the game. He was a captain on that day. So on that day alone, Marcus Alonso became a captain and won that game. He was a leader. We have Marcus Alonso a leader. We have Jorginho a leader. We have our striker, which is Romelu Lukaku, also another leader. Then also we have Mateo Kovacic, who is a leader from Czech Republic. We have all these players that are also. We have so many leaders in our team right now. So that now the team is becoming just like a team that we had in 2004, which was full of leaders. We have Michael Essien, we have Frank Lampard, we have John Obi Mikel from Nigeria, Frank Lampard, England, assistant captain, John Terry, assistant captain from England. We have all those leaders. France, we have French national team captains, and we have so many leaders in that team. That is what our team is building up to right now at this moment. So we hope that we can get the more leaders that we get in the team, the better it is for us.
Agreed with Gunnar as well. Jorginho underrated. Tuchel getting the best out of him. Proper manager compared to the awful one we have. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's even difficult to draw lines between Arteta and Tuchel. You guys have to definitely get rid of him and as soon as possible, or else it's going to be easier for other teams actually.
Yeah,
Having
let me say,
yeah.
to be honest with you, the quality of players that Arteta has right now, if Tuchel should move from Chelsea and go there, he would transfer all those players into world class.
Correct.
What if you can remember Frank Lampard made a very damning statement. And I'm not taking my words back. He made a very damning statement after we lost one of the games. He said that he came up to the press conference and he said, these guys are very difficult to manage. Look at Tuchel. Tuchel came in and he's getting the best out of these players. He's managing them and then taking them through the ranks. And look at what he's getting from them. So that was a very stupid statement from Lampard, telling them that
Correct.
it's very difficult to manage. If you can do it, just walk away.
Exactly. And having said that, one other thing that is an issue with Arteta is that we at least gave a couple of managerial experience for Frank Lampard before bringing him into Chelsea. Like
Right.
he managed Derby County, and then he came in here. But then what essentially happened with Arteta is like he proved himself as a good assistant coach under Pep,
Right.
and he was directly brought into Arsenal. My question here is, okay, he's done good as an assistant coach, but does that validate him to be the coach of such a big team like Arsenal, with rich history and a huge expectation? I don't think so. That's exactly where I think Kroenkes have gone wrong in choosing the wrong manager just because he's proved himself worthy as an assistant coach under Pep. What do you think about this, Nizion?
Yeah, this way I think Arsenal made a very big mistake. Arteta would have been good being a coach, but they promoted him to be the manager, which means he had a say on the players that comes in. He had to choose who comes in and who goes out. That was the fall of Mikel Arteta, and then also the Arsenal team, because now look at some of David Luiz. We all know the David Luiz weakness and his flaws. David Luiz was not a player that they were supposed to send out. It was a wrong idea. David Luiz was still supposed to stay with the club. He's better off those that they have right now. He's better off Holding, what's his name? Holding, and some other players that they have right now. What the guy that just fell when we played against them, he just fell on the floor. He was trying to
Yeah,
tackle
Pablo Mari.
Pablo Mari. That guy is shit. He plays shit. David Luiz will be much better than Pablo Mari. And then they have Ceballos or whatever, not Ceballos. They have another player who's a defender who is being sent on loan. Maybe Gunavita could have helped
Yeah,
me.
yeah, that guy was quite physical, and they were dependent on him, and that was an unexpected
I
move.
think
I forgot his name actually.
uh,
Starts with a T, I guess. But
he had a he had a
Semikas or something.
yeah, he had a problem with the social media thing, and that is all. They sent him out. They don't want him in the club anymore. But he's way
Saliba.
Saliba.
Right.
Saliba. Saliba, he's a better player that can be in the team now. But they sent that guy on loan and kept those trash Holding, and then this guy that was just falling on the floor for nothing. Lukaku did not even do nothing to him. He just went like that on the floor. I was like, what the hell? Oh my goodness, man. I always say every time I stream, I always tell Gunavita will even the Guna guy will even testify to what I always say. I always say that when Arsenal are in their element, that is when Chelsea plays much better. When Arsenal are on their are on their top of their game, Chelsea give them a real. I mean, Chelsea play very well. But when Arsenal are down, Chelsea doesn't play well at all. So I think the
Agreed.
mistake, yeah, the mistake is Adu making Arteta the manager instead of keeping him as a coach. That's a mistake.
Agreed. And this is my brother actually. We live in the same house, so I guess he's just commenting from the other room. He says Mari is greater than Ramos plus Varane. He's being sarcastic. Yeah, he's being sarcastic, and he's a Manchester United fan, so you kind of have to get the sarcasm out of that. But yeah, so that leaves. Let's get back to the defense now. We were talking
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
midfield, but then let's get back to the defense now. Rudiger contract situation before we get into anything, because that's been the hot topic at this point in time, right? According to me, 200K per week is the best deal for Rudiger. I mean, if he asks for that, and we should be ready to pay, according to me. I mean, because if you think Alaba is getting 400K per week at Real Madrid, and there are other clubs who are paying huge wages, if we have to be the champions of Europe for an extended period of time, we need to actually pay our players, right? Um, it cannot be that we won't break our wage structure, being very stringent about it. If we
Right.
have to remain at the top, we might have to spend like the top teams. So,
Right.
what do you think about this situation? Like, he getting even lesser than Callum, Callum, right? Rudiger is actually getting lesser than Callum. So, it makes sense from his part to ask for a raise. And if he's asking for a 200k, it still makes sense for me. And he's
Right.
proved his worth as well over the last period, a few months. So
Right.
what do you think about this situation? Rudiger 200k, would you agree with it or not?
Rudiger deserved 300K a week. Um, I know Christians in the Bible says the stones that the builders rejected later becomes the cornerstone. That is what Rudiger is. Rudiger was being rejected during the era of Frank Lampard. Tuchel came in and he know what Rudiger can do. There's no one in our club right now that can play better off Rudiger. There's no one there. Rudiger is very erratic, very aggressive, and look at that. Look at that long drive that he almost got himself a goal. How many of
Right.
the Premier League defenders have done this? It's only Zuma and Rudiger have done this same thing. No one else.
Exactly. Just dribble past
Rudiger,
the entire team.
yeah, Rudiger and Zuma. So Rudiger, since the inclusion of Rudiger, he has solidified. He's the main guy. Him, Thiago Silva, Christensen, those three guys have solidified our defense, and we can't concede goals. So Rudiger deserves every money that he asks now. If we
Correct.
think that we should let Rudiger go and bring in what's his name? Kunde, we will be laughing at the wrong side of our mouth. What no one does can do what Rudiger. Rudiger fearless. He's a fearless defender. He will fight for every player on the pitch.
Agreed.
I'm
Agreed.
telling you, all the Premier League teams will wish they have Rudiger. All the Premier League teams. And I'm telling you, if Rudiger, to be honest with you, if Rudiger leave our team now, he will get almost 400,000 a week from these big teams. Real Madrid, Barcelona. Barcelona will even want to have Rudiger. Chelsea should secure what they have. They say you don't know what you have until you lose it.
Exactly. And a very good comment from Almighty Blues here as well. Um, Especially at LCB, I don't see any player replacing him in the world. Not just in the
Me
world, we don't
too.
have anyone to replace him in Chelsea even.
No,
You can, I don't see any player who can replace him there. Probably even we can ask Chilwell or Alonso to play there, but then they're not going to do a good job at that.
no, he's
We all
he's
know that.
he's a fighter. He's good in the air and also good on his left foot. He's a right-footed player, but he's very good in playing on that left-hand side. He has secured that position. What are we playing with? Marina, what are you playing with? Look, the reason why Kante is making what he's making now because of what he solidified our midfield. He stopped us from getting goals. The same thing Rudiger is doing. If it's not Rudiger, we'll be chipping in goals and goals and goals. We were conceding goals when Rudiger was not playing. Now he came in and he's playing very good. He's stopping our team from conceding goals. So why? Why? I found it
Agreed.
difficult. Tuchel also made in the press conference that he doesn't know much about Rudiger's contract issues, but he hope that they can finish it, everything. But he doesn't know much to say. But he's a leader. But he expect that he will be with the club and then they'll sort things out. But I believe that they will because I know Tuchel loves him and he has so much say in the team now. The reason why Tuchel did not have that little way with PSG is because there's so much politics. But here in Chelsea, he has so much freedom. They've given the whole team to him to do what he wants to do, just like Jose Mourinho had when he was at Chelsea's first season. So I'm very happy that Tuchel will play much role in the contract of Rudiger. I'm sure Rudiger will stay. Rudiger will stay, but they'll still go in for Kunde in January.
All right. So, just moving away from Rudiger's contract situation,
Yeah.
who do you think is going to be the top? I mean, the defense for this particular game. Like we've got a back three, obviously. So, my pick would be Rudiger, Christensen,
Mhm.
Chalaba, and Aspi, and Alonso or
Alonso.
Chilwell this time.
Yeah, I think if I were Thomas Tuchel, I would rest Alonso for a little bit. You know, look the difference between try to explain to people the difference between Alonso and Ben Chilwell is Alonso is a player that is not born with speed, but if you know how to use Alonso and get the best out of him, you will get goals. Alonso is a technical player because of where he's coming from. He's Spaniard coming from
Yeah.
the Mastia, as they call it, the Real Madrid fame. He's born with his tactically good. He's a tactical player. Ben Chilwell is a pacey player, but then his crosses are not as effective as Alonso. And when you have Alonso in your team, when you have free kicks on the right hand side, you expect a left footed player who is very good with free kicks. Alonso can give you that. That is the main reason why Tuchel favors Alonso. He choose Alonso over what's his name, Ben Chilwell. It's not that he's
Yeah.
a bad player, but he's not a bad player. But it's not a bad player. Tuchel involved. He likes more technical players than just direct and raw players. But I know with time, Ben Chilwell will get opportunity, and I'm sure he might start the game against Tottenham on Sunday. I believe Ben Chilwell. I'm going for the back three will be. I always say if it's not broken, why do you change it? So I'll go
Yeah.
with the Rudiger still with his experience and also commanding back. I'll go with him, and I'll go in with Thiago Silva,
Mm.
and maybe we'll go in with this guy will come back in again. Chaloba will come back in again, and then
Understood.
Christensen might get a rest again, or maybe they might go with Chaloba, Christensen, and Thiago Silva gets a rest.
Could be, and we could well use Thiago Silva in cup games actually. So
Right.
that could be an option as well. So that wraps up our 11 for Chelsea. Just one question I had before we move on to the next fixtures, right?
Yeah.
I have this particular question, and I keep asking this to any of the panelists that I,
Yeah.
work
Come
with.
on.
So I'm going to do the same with you as well. And specifically, this is a Tottenham game, so this is made for this particular moment.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, right? He now drops deep. He is become more of a, he more complete player. When I say more complete, he's become more of a complete striker. He provides those balls as well for other attackers around him, right? He's improved, no doubt about that.
Right.
But do you think, or does Spurs want him to be that way, right? Because we've seen Harry Kane being that striker up top, scoring that 168 or odd
Yeah.
goals, in Premier League. We've seen the evolution of Harry Kane in that way. But what Mourinho has come in and did with him is like he's made him play deep, and now he's more of a playmaker as well, along with being a striker. But then this ability of him becoming a playmaker, what happens? What happens is that is preventing him from becoming that top striker that he once was, right before the season. So I think he's still, in that tactical. I mean, Mourinho's tactical gameplay, even in this season, and that could be the reason why we're not seeing that flurry of goals that we usually see from Kane. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Mourinho has actually made a difference in Kane, and now he's probably going to be more of a complete striker than that striker up top who scores multiple goals because he gets those good deliveries from Ross, Son, or people like that.
From my understanding and some news videos that I've watched, pundits and stuff like that, they have this analysis that goes with players when top players are they're losing their speed, they're losing their form and stuff like that. Coaches do not want to put them out at all. They're trying to integrate them in the team. They're trying to give them some positions to play, so they can still be part of the team. It wouldn't be like, oh, okay, because it's out of form, so I keep him on the bench. Because the more you do that, the more you kill the confidence of that player. So what I think is this: they're doing the same thing that they did with Wayne Rooney. Where Rooney got to a point that he was not on that peak anymore. He was losing pace. He wasn't playing very well. He wasn't getting goals. So the best way to get out of to get the best out of a player like that without putting him on the bench is to give him game time, but then push him to the middle and let him do some specific work. He won't be running to the up front, but then he will play with the midfielders by giving passes and then playing 1-2 with other players, because it got to a point that Harry Kane wasn't getting the goals anymore. It was Human Song who was getting the goals. It was just the two of them playing like a partnership too. That, as it was being stated, that the best partnership duel in the Premier League last season. So I think it's the same thing that is happening. His brain is not there. He felt like he would have been with Manchester City, but then he caused his own problem. That long contract that you signed with Tottenham was not good. I don't know. He didn't have good.
Who does that?
Who does that? Well, people do it. Just like Saul. Saul Niguez does the same thing to 2027.
Yeah.
People do. I don't know why they do that. You can't nowadays you can't be loyal to a football club anymore. There's no loyalty in football anymore. It's gone. There's no loyalty. So if the football club is messing up with you, just leave the club.
Correct.
There's no loyalty anymore. So that long contract signing. So that's what I think. That's what I think is going on with Harry Kane. He's not playing at his best. So they still want him to be part of the team. So they draw him back from the center forward to the midfield to still kind of get goals when the chance is up.
Agreed. So before we wrap things off with Chelsea Tottenham game, your final score line for this game.
I'll go with a clean sheet. Definitely Chelsea will keep a clean sheet, but the number of goals, I'll go with one of my brothers in the chat that says 3-0. Chelsea will be finishing with 3-0, and then the goals definitely Lukaku will get 2 goals, and then I think Timo Werner will come in the second half and score the last goal.
Okay, agreed. Guys, as you just provide your score line updates as well on the comment section, just go ahead and subscribe or like the channel or share this video with other people, because we are live and we will be live for the next at least 15-20 minutes discussing the other teams as well. So if at all you'd like your friends to join in as well and then have their say, now is the time for you to share this video. So with that being said, I'll just provide my prediction as well. I kind of predict this is going to be a 1-0 game with a 1 for Chelsea, of course, and probably that would be for Lukaku. The major reason is because both of the teams are defensively resolute, and they've been teams with least number of goals conceded, and that is something that I'm taking into equation for this game, and I believe it should be a 1-0 game, but still with Chelsea, and we collect all the 3 points. 3 points. Lane revisited. 3-point lane revisited. Okay, I didn't get that. Fingers crossed. Good stuff, guys. And I wanted to also update. Thanks for bringing this up, Almighty Blues. Newcastle versus Leeds. It's a draw, 1-0. 1-1. With Rafinha scoring for Leeds, and Newcastle. Who's the one who scored for Newcastle? Maximin. Scored for Newcastle. This guy scored the last time as well, so probably he's doing a good job for the team actually. So that's the score update on Newcastle versus Leeds. It's definitely a loss for Leeds actually. If I am to be honest, they've not been performing at the top of their game that they usually do under Bielsa this season. What do you think about Leeds before we move on to the next match?
So what I think is Leeds United are playing too expensive. You can't do that in the Premier League. The same thing was the team that got one of the teams that got relegated. last season. Leeds are playing too expensive. You have to be a little bit pragmatic in the Premier League to be able to succeed. So what I think is Leeds United, they play very good football. Rafinha, you know, the coach, former coach of Barcelona, and all that kind of stuff. They have to be a little bit more pragmatic to be able to win. I mean, sustain or get in a better position in the Premier League. Being too expensive is not going to help the team. No way.
Yeah, and the defense is also becoming leaky, I believe. So it's just ailing there. Otherwise, the defense is like wide open. So that's something that they have to look into as well. They kind of score 5 goals, and then at the end of the day, they concede 6 goals. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Right.
So that's something that they have to work upon, and I'm sure Bielsa has some ideas around that. White Hart Lane, Spurs old round was called 3 Point Lane by us. Okay, Chelsea fan always. All right. Thank you for providing that context, RCBN. Okay, I'm just getting used to this new name, so sorry about that. So thank you for providing that context, Ankit. Moving on to the other games that we have for this particular week, we'll quickly. So this is how we'll take it forward, Nizion. So
Yeah.
what we do is we look at each of the fixtures.
And then we just go ahead.
So what we are going to do is like we will come up with an MVP for each of the team, and then move on to the next fixture. A scoreline MVP. That's it. You get my
Okay.
point? For
I
each
mean
of-
the most valuable player.
Correct. Yeah. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and let's start off with the first game that we have. I'm going to share my screen as well so that we'll have a clear idea of which game that we're looking into. One tab.
Oh boy, I missed this game today. Newcastle Leeds United.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, let's start with Wolves versus Brentford.
Wolves versus Brentford.
Scoreline and the MVP on each of the teams.
Okay. Well, I think with this game, I think Brentford will win the game.
Okay.
If Brentford will win the game, because they're playing very good football and they're a little bit more pragmatic. They don't just open up and then trying to play so expensive football. And then their attacker, they have one good attacker who really actually disrespected Arsenal team, and he said Arsenal are not going to win anything. The striker is a bit more disrespectful, but I think that damning statement he made, if he doesn't know, he should go and ask Trodini. Trodini made the same kind of statement, and they really came back and bite him in his ass. So what I think, Brentford either will make a narrow win, maybe 1-0, because the same thing. They're a very good team. Remember, they gave 2-0 to Arsenal. So Brentford will win that game.
Yeah, that's my thought as well. Probably a 2-1 for Brentford
2-1,
with Ivan Toney MVP for Brentford.
Ivan Toney, that's the guy. Ivan Toney.
Yeah. And for Wolves, Adama Traore, right?
Yeah, Adama Traore, yeah.
So he's my MVP for that game.
Yeah.
I guess he'll create something. That's what I'm hoping. I know he's worse at shooting, but then he can at least create. So what's your score line for this game, Wolves versus Brentford?
Oh, I think just like you said, it will be a very tight game, either 1-0 game, 1-0. 1-0 to me, I say 1-0 1-0 Brentford.
Got it. 1-0 for Brentford. So Liverpool versus Crystal Palace up next. Who's your MVP and what is your score prediction?
Liverpool, Crystal Palace. Liverpool will win the game. Liverpool will definitely win the game.
They're playing at their home as well.
Yeah, playing at home. Yeah, Anfield is a very difficult place to go and win.
Correct.
So they'll probably win 2-1.
Okay. And the MVP in each of these teams?
MVP will be Mo Salah.
For Liverpool and Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace, maybe. I'm not going to say that new striker. New striker, he was lucky that he got those 2 goals against Tottenham.
Edward.
But Edward, yeah. Simon Edward, whatever they call him.
He came from Southampton.
MVP will still go to what's his name? This Ivorian striker.
Benteke or
No,
Zaha. I
Ivorian winger. I think a winger or striker. Uh,
um,
he was trying to go to Arsenal, but it never worked out for him.
okay, the Ivorian striker. I mean
He's
the
from Ivory
winger.
Coast. I think a left footed. He's very skillful.
Let's,
Zaha. Yeah. Um,
Zaha.
Almighty, yeah, Zaha. Almighty Blues FC said Zaha.
Wilfred Zaha.
Yeah, Winfrey Zaha. It will
All
be the
right.
MVP. Yeah, he's the
Okay.
one carrying the team.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
Zaha, they can't get
True.
anywhere.
True. True. And he also
Thank you,
in this
Almighty
contract
Blues.
situation.
Ankit, thank you, Ankit.
Thanks, Ankit. So for me, the scoreline is probably going to be 3-1 with Liverpool
Okay,
winning 3-1, of course. And I feel Trent Alexander-Arnold will be the MVP for
MVP.
Liverpool. Um, Given the defensive structure of Crystal Palace and the ability of Trent to move forward, I feel that that is something that he can exploit, and he definitely will.
Right,
Crystal Palace, the MVP could be, I'll go with Eduardo. Um,
Eduardo.
Couple of reasons. One is that he's found the back of the net in English Premier League for the first time, that did twice, and he's come from a very he's come from a Scottish league, and he's still playing with the same confidence. Like he was playing in a winning team. He was playing
But
with Celtic
remember,
before.
they were playing 10 against 11.
That's true. That's true. Again, the situations were supporting him, but then he was able to anyways find the back
But
of the net and
anyway,
finish the mission.
they made that situation happen because
Correct.
before even the red card, Crystal Palace were on top of the game. They
Mhm.
were asking so many questions before that red card came from
Exactly.
Changangan.
Correct. And that too, those 10 people for Tottenham is they were still playing as the top team
Yeah,
in the league that time, right? So
right.
it does. We have to take that into account as well. So moving forward to the next team, next match, which is Manchester City versus Southampton at the Etihad Stadium. What are your score predictions here?
Ooh,
5 again, 4 again.
no way. It's never going to be four.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Tottenham? I mean, Southampton is being coached by a German coach, uh, uh, Hassel Hotel or whatever they call him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good coach, and then he's a very good man manager too. So I think this game will be a very close game. Man City. I see Southampton winning this game
You
two
saying
one.
Southampton win this game?
Yeah, I see Southampton winning this game 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. So tomorrow, when this fixture's complete, I'm gonna have a conversation with you,
yeah,
probably in Twitter.
right.
Let's see.
Definitely, I'll be waiting for you on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah,
Southampton win this
definitely.
game 2-1.
All right. MVP for both of the teams.
Will be um Southampton will be War Press with a free kick. War
Mhm.
Press will be a free kick, and then also uh Kevin De Bruyne for Man City side.
Okay. I doubt Kevin would be playing the next game. I'm
Is he
hoping.
injured? Is he
No,
in?
he's not injured, but then he's not played any of the previous games. So I guess Pep has got a plan for him, like slowly easing him in.
Okay.
I still believe Fernan Torres will be playing this game because he was taken out at 70 minutes for the previous game. So
Fernandinho.
no, the Torres guy, Ferran Torres, right?
Oh,
Fernan Torres.
Fernan
Yeah,
Torres. Okay.
right. So he might be definitely playing in this game, and this game kind of suits him, is what I believe. And one of the reasons why I don't believe Southampton winning this game is because they're playing without their main striker last year, so they're playing without Danny Ings. So this is the Danny Ings less Southampton. So I still believe there could be a goal coming out of this game and through free kick, and I'd again go with Jimmy Ward-Prowse
Yeah.
for that goal. But then my MVP would be again for Southampton. It would be Jamie Ward-Prowse. At the same time, for Manchester City, it would be Ferran Torres.
The reason why I'm not, I know City has been scoring goals, but then there's gonna be games that it will if you're a team and you match them boot for boot, they'll find it very difficult because they don't have a real recognized striker up there. That's the reason why I think it will be very difficult for Man City. But yeah, I'm just sticking on my scoreline this time. I said 2-1 for Southampton.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Moving forward to the next team, Norwich versus Watford. Billy for me MVP.
I see Norwich City getting their I think the second win or first win.
I guess the first one.
Yeah, they had a draw. This the last time they were very unlucky. They had a draw. So I think Norwich City will be getting their first win in the Premier League on Saturday tomorrow.
All right.
It will be
So
probably a narrow win, 1-0
1
for
0.
Norwich
Yeah.
City.
1-0.
Danny Farka still the coach, the guy that took them to relegation and brought them back. Another
I don't
German
remember.
coach.
I
Probably
don't
he's
recollect.
he's the same guy, Danny Farka.
Okay. And then moving forward to Burnley versus Arsenal. What's your score prediction here? Burnley win?
No, Arsenal win this game.
Okay.
Arsenal win this game.
I
Yeah,
still think the
Arsenal.
same thing actually. Something says that Arsenal are definitely going to bounce back. In
Yeah,
this game.
Arsenal win this game 2-1.
2-1. I'd go with the same prediction as well. 2-1.
2-1.
And MVP for me would be Aubameyang for Arsenal, and for Burnley, Burnley. Who's the MVP
Burnley
there?
will be I forgot
Okay.
this guy's name. Ashley Barnes. They've got some
Okay.
Ashley Barnes as their striker.
I still think the winger could be more lethal. I'm not able to recollect
Yeah.
their name, but then yeah, the winger on the right side, they kind of attack through the right. So I cannot recollect their names. Moving forward, Aston Villa versus Everton. Aston Villa trying to bounce back after a couple of rough matches up front. So
Yeah, it will be very difficult. It will be very difficult for Everton to go to Villa Park and then win the game. I know they've been playing well. They are on the same point with Chelsea, but Villa are not through, man. Look at the game they play against Chelsea. We're having a hard time trying to get that goal. It will be a goalless draw game. It will be a
goalless
goalless
draw.
draw. Yeah, goalless draw.
Makes sense. For some reasons, I believe there will be a 1-0 for
1-0.
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much.
Are you writing the scorelines down?
I haven't wrote it down, but then I'll make sure to write it down. No worries.
Oh, I'll go back. We'll go back to the video. I'll play back the video again, and I'll get all the scorelines. Yeah, don't worry
let me
about
do
it.
that.
And I'll write it down. Yeah.
All right. So that's for tomorrow. I mean today, and then the next one is for tomorrow. Where's EPL here? Yeah, Premier League. There's 3 matches. Leicester Brighton. Jamie Vardy MVP for me straight away. 2-1 for Leicester. Is the same?
Brighton and Leicester City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to Leicester City.
Leicester.
No,
Okay.
this game. No, man, I'll give it to Brighton.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it to Brighton. 2-1.
2-1 and
Brighton.
MVP.
And Brighton players, I don't really know them that much.
That's all right. No worries.
Yeah, I don't really know the Brighton players that much. I will be honest with you, but Leicester City team, it will be this what's his name? He's a striker, plays on the left hand side of attack.
Ignacio.
No, not Kelechi, Nacho.
Patrick Daxon or something. The new one that they brought this.
No,
season.
not him. This an old guy. He even scored a goal against the game they played. Was it yesterday? He was even I forgot his name.
That's all right. Okay, moving forward, Manchester United versus West Ham United. This is a bigger game actually. Manchester United versus West Ham.
Yeah.
Predictions? Ronaldo MVP from United.
Man United. Is it Man United? Man United in who? Aston Villa? No.
No,
Man
Man
United
United.
and West Ham. Jeez.
Yeah, West Ham.
It'll be a very difficult game.
You're still able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at. It's a bit small, but yeah, I see it. I see it now for the distance. But you're good. It will be. Huh? I can't even predict this game because I think West Ham are winning this game.
Okay.
I
Scoreline?
feel a scoreline will be because now West Ham are scoring many goals. It will be a 3-2. West Ham
3-2.
will score 3. United will score 2.
All right. For me, the other way around, but not 3-2. I'm
Three
saying
two.
3-1. Um, I'm saying 3-1 with Bruno and Ronaldo scoring goals.
Yeah, I feel that this week is gonna be lots of surprises this week.
I hope there is, except for our game. It shouldn't be a surprise. Chelsea win this game. And Chelsea, Tottenham, the last game for the week. And
We've
most
already
anticipated one.
we've already draw with them the first time,
Yeah.
which there was too many changes that ruined the flow and then the flow of the game. So yeah, Tottenham definitely Chelsea is keeping clean sheet. So 3-0 Chelsea.
Mhm. So we've already discussed this, right? 3-0 for you and 1-0
Yeah,
for me, with the Lukaku as my MVP, and your MVP was Kai Havertz, correct?
right.
Perfect. Perfect. So with this, we complete the score predictions and the MVP for this week as well. And that is pretty much what I had in the bank. And it's almost 251.
Right.
Yeah, Almighty FC's lost his ability to withstand sleep. Okay, guys, 2:45 a.m. Gotta sit. Have a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are, it's 2:15 in India, so it's time to wrap up things. Thank you
Right.
so much, Nizion, for spending your time with the channel. It helps the channel grow as well. Just spread out the word. Hopefully, we get more subscribers and we continue to do the same content, and then we have lots more conversation like this. And someday, I would like to be part of BlueCloudTV as well, and help be a panelist out there as well. So
Definitely. Definitely.
thank you so much, Nizion. Any last words from your end?
Yeah, VJ, I'm gonna tell you, it's always a pleasure to come on your platform and then also help out the stream, just like we all do. Like I said, we're here to help each other. That's what the community is all about.
Right.
It's not about number of thousand subscribers. It's just to make fun. This is just fun, and then
Correct.
I'm always happy when you call me again anytime. It's my sleeping time, but I don't mind. I gotta be
Mhm.
here, and then let's have fun. So thank you, and
Definitely.
it's always a pleasure to be here. And I can't wait again to come on your channel.
Thank you, Nizion. Means a lot. Hopefully, we have a lots more conversation, and we've been hitting a good wavelength as well. So, love this
Next
sort of
time,
conversation.
yeah, next time we'll try and do it a little bit earlier because I was being kept in the bank for way too long. Next time
All
we
right.
do it a little bit earlier so we can have more guys popping up. It looks like we had at least we had 7 people that came up, or more than that, but we had 7 likes. So we hope
Yeah.
that yeah we can do it a little bit earlier so we can get more
Sure.
people.
Sure.
Right. So
Correct.
thank you, brother.
Definitely. Thank you, Nizian. All
You're
right,
welcome.
that's pretty much it, guys. Please share, like, subscribe. We'll continue to bring the content as always. So watch out this particular page for all Chelsea and cricket relevant content. And Nizian, we'll soon have a cricket session. I'll teach you cricket.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you all. Bye bye. Peace out.
Right.